Hello everyone, welcome to a drinkless world, and I haven't made a video like this in probably half a year, but we have had some dramatic changes with the 40-gallon breeder, and you can probably tell a few of those if you have seen any of the shorts lately. Probably the biggest change of them all is that the Salvini cichlid, which used to live in here, that went by Miss Nannersby, ended up getting surrendered because this bloke right here, the Firemouth, didn't really appreciate the Salvini going after the guy he decided to pair up with, this convict cichlid named Jailbird. While these three have all lived in this tank practically since day one, the Salvini was a much newer addition, and thanks to that, she kind of just got outcasted to a point where she was just posted under this filter, and by that point it was just better to rehome her. You know, there's that point in time when you own fish where if you want to try out a certain type of cichlid or any type of fish, especially cichlids, usually African or Central American species, you're gonna have to end up giving one back to like a local fish shop, or, you know, just surrendering a fish or rehoming it, because it just won't work, because sometimes the fish just don't have the greatest of personalities. Another issue that I kinda have fixed. Oh, and I will say real quick, while a lot of the fish are on screen, a lot of these guys right now have ick. The tank is currently being treated for ick, so don't worry about that. It's actually we're almost a week into it, and so far it's only like 2 or 3 fish right now that are showing signs, when it used to be pretty much the entire tank. So we're getting there. But another thing that we have done that I have done, is I have rehomed 2 fish into this tank. One of those fish actually comes from the 20-gallon, and it is this guy right here. His name is Neo. He is your bog standard neon swordtail, and I adore him, but he is not the friendliest guy, and he picked on pretty much everyone in that tank, and I kind of had enough of it after he ended up causing one of my White Cloud mountain minnows to break its back because he couldn't help but to just chase him around. So I tried him in the 37, and it seemed to work for a while, or by a while I mean like 10 minutes, and then he started to target the threadfin rainbow fish, which I have a psychotic male threadfin that has already made keeping them alive, or at least for a while made keeping them alive, really hard. I didn't really want another fish to add when I had just stabilized the population. Or, well, stabilized the threadfin rainbow group, because said psycho male stopped being psycho. And as you can see, there's him flashing from the ick. He has been moved here and he hasn't looked better. He honestly has been doing phenomenally in this tank. And I was worried at first because big boy back there, I was really worried was going to end up targeting the smaller fish in this tank. But as you can see, there is a very young female Boasmani, and despite being able to fit in Buddy's mouth, she has not, or he is yet to take a shot at it. The other fish that is moved, surprisingly, is the Mexican cave tetra, who was moved up here mainly because Goker, this little demon, couldn't help but to give this guy a hard time. And I decided I would try out him in this tank, since larger tetras tend to do well with Central American cichlids. And other than when he bumps into, there he is. Other than when he bumps into the directly into the face of a cichlid, or ends up coming too close when they're angry with each other, no one really bothers him. He kind of just does his own thing. He swims around the top of the tank, and sometimes he'll kind of school with the rainbows, which is the other big change in this tank. I ran into an issue thanks to feeding a bad batch of tubifex worms to this tank. I lost both my male Australian rainbow and my male Boasmani. So I chose to repopulate the numbers. But since this is simply just a show tank and there is no breeding or anything that's going to ever happen, I decided I would do a mixed school of Boasmani instead of just the Murray River and single Boasmani. Wait. Oh my lord. I decided to do a mixed group of Melitania rainbow fish species instead of just a singular Boasmani and a group of Murray River rainbows, because since this is my only big rainbow fish tank, I thought it'd be cool to see some of the different variations. Though two of the rainbows in here are not Melitania species. These two here, who are Chithernia, if I remember correctly, Chithernia blairii. They're the Blair's rainbow. Really cool fish. Looks like one of them got bit. I will say the tears on the fins that you see, you would expect those to be from fish such as Buddy over here or the firemouth, but are in fact most likely from the Murray River rainbow fish, because they are very friendly. It's not even that they don't accept swimming with them, because there will be times where I see all 8 rainbows in this tank swim together in this current, kind of like they're doing right now. But oh boy, do they like to fight each other. People like to say rainbow fish are friendly, and yeah, they're friendly toward, they don't really bother other fish, and they'll take hits, but ooh, there's the rubber lip. But in my experience, they are not the friendliest to each other. But as long as they can hold their own, they should be good. I also got a young Boasmani pair. You can see this is the little female that I was talking about earlier. And then up here is Junior, the Boasmani. He is a gorgeous little lad. And the other male that I got is a Goiter River rainbow, also known as a trifascida. And I am really looking forward to the way these guys grow, because they have been showing just absolutely fantastic color. And considering the majority of them are sick right now, I look forward to not just when they have grown, but also when they, aren't sick. Because I really would have preferred them to have not gotten sick in the first place. But I made the mistake of giving them contaminated plants from the 37, which had ick. And while that tank no longer has ick, this tank now does. But we're getting there. And that is the video. This was kind of just a 10-minute video of me rambling about stuff, but I felt that at least some sort of video on this tank was due justice, because a lot has changed. And while things will change over time, I do want to post more on this channel, and I want to post more than just a bunch of YouTube shorts on the fish, because of course I do have thoughts on fish care, and by all means, this is not my only tank. I have plenty others to talk about. But what does matter is just simply a lot has changed with the 40. That was everything, along with some rambling, because it's a video I made and I like to ramble. If you liked this video, or just like this tank and hope to see a better produced video with said tank in the future, feel free to like or subscribe or both. I will see you in the next video if you come back.